So, hearing test headphones are now a thing. When you think about it, it's logical that the devices you wear closest to your ears, your headphones, are best positioned to test your hearing. Audeara A-O1s are built on the premise that we all hear differently, and that once they've tested both your ears with a series of medically inspired tones, your audio experience will be enhanced with your unique personal profile, as well as your hearing looked after. Before we get into the hearing test bit of this brief review, I should just mention the specs. The A-O1's audio is driven by two 40mm Mylar drivers with a frequency range of between 20 Hz to 22 kHz. This is particularly interesting when you consider that one of the unique selling points behind these headphones is the manufacturer's claim that once your hearing profile is created, the Audeara effect as they call it, they should enable you to hear, quote, the notes you didn't know you were missing. You'll find out whether I discovered hidden elements in my playlists in a few minutes' time. The other thing to mention up front is active noise cancellation and an immediately apparent high build quality. They're cold. It's aluminium, it's not plastic. And that's a nice quality fabric as well, that I'm thinking on my bald head has a good chance of being quite comfortable. There's a weight to them, but I don't expect them to be uncomfortable. So obviously this sort of back end case around the drivers is plastic, but metal. Brilliant, wow. No way I'm gonna put that on the wrong ear. The Audeara app is super simple to use and offers a quick route into one of 3 grades of hearing test. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, or 32 beeps of ultimate precision testing over 10 minutes. Beeps of different frequencies start in either your left or right ear, and you have to reduce their volume until you can only barely hear them. You don't have to do it in any order, but I will do 2000 Hz. Next. Okay, I'm bringing it down. Too much. I can just faintly make it out. I'm going to move on. 8000 Hz. I can barely make it out, but it is just there. Once the frequencies from both ears are set, the app creates your unique listening profile. You then get to choose how much of that tailored soundscape you apply to your listening. They recommend 50% for new users, but having played around with the testing side of things, I was happy to go for 100%. In this story. Backlash written on me, card popping on a dashboard. I've been balling, bring my ladies in, coming down. I'm already out, already on the ground. The tracks I'm listening to, I've downloaded. They're at the maximum quality that Spotify can output. We could get into the quality of the music, but of course, that's what I use. You know, when I'm out and about, I use Spotify. You'll have something to say, though, about the source of music, and make sure you let me know about that in the comments. What I can do is describe the sound. I've tried it with both active noise cancellation on and off. It's not a dynamic difference. It doesn't come in a rush and change your world, but the bass of my voice, the snap of my finger, is significantly deadened by virtue of the active noise cancellation. Ultimately, me describing the sound quality of these headphones to you is always going to be subjective. Frequency going all the way up. The bass isn't overly distinct or raucous. I'm listening to a track I must have listened to 500 times. In this particular track, there's quite a kind of active sense of static, a kind of vinyl hue to the production of the music, which I'm picking up really nicely in these headphones. perhaps more so than I normally would. That was interesting. My wife just called me. I was going to take the headphones off until I heard her voice in my ears. I kind of forgotten that obviously you can also make calls on them. It was really good and she could hear me really clearly. So obviously the microphone's doing its job. Describing the performance of headphones is always inevitably going to be subjective, but as I said, the A01s did offer a post-test sound profile that enhanced the character of the tunes I listened to most, and I could make out more of the satisfying vinyl pops and crackles in a couple of retro-styled tunes that I'm used to listening to. I'm not a huge fan of the A01's bass response. It's not overly hard-hitting, and I think it lacks resonance, but it's not terrible. There are now several hearing test headphones on the market, so let me know if you think the idea is a winner or simply an attention grabber. If you don't like this review, I'm sure you'll hit me up in the comments. If you did like it, then please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, so you'll be the first to know about all the great content I've got incoming to the channel. Thanks for watching.